Genesis 49 and 19, it says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Alright? Now, Gad is the North American Indian, right? So called Native American. Okay? And that's pretty plain and to the point right there. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome in the last. Alright? Typed in Indian Extermination or Indian Removal Act, right? It says right here, Wikipedia, the Indian Removal Act was signed by President Andrew Jackson on May 28, 1830. The law authorized the president to negotiate with southern Native American tribes for their removal to federal territory west of the Mississippi River in exchange for their lands. The act was signed by Jackson and enforced under his administration and that of Martin Van Buren. The act enjoyed strong support from the people of the South, but there was a large amount of resistance from the Indian tribes, the Gadite tribes, the Whig Party, and in the Northeast, especially New England. The Cherokee worked together to stop this relocation. However, the Cherokee were unsuccessful in their attempt to keep their land and were eventually forcibly removed by the United States government in the march to the west that later became known as the Trail of Tears. And this is just one instance, all right? These colonizers, these murderers, these rapists, these thieves, the biblical Edomites, so-called white people, right? They showed up, like they always do, rape, rob, and murder, almost to the point of genocide, extermination, right? So a troop overcame them, and there's many stories, many popular stories of at the time America's troops just slaughtering and removing so-called Native Americans from their lands. Okay, but he shall overcome at the last. All right. So here at the very end, the Most High, through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Most High and His Son, right? They're going to come back into power along with their brothers, right? In order to eventually reign over the planet Earth once again, as the true biblical Israelites. Okay, 49 and 20. Genesis 49 and 20. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Asher is Colombia to Uruguay. Right here, Colombians to Uruguayans, right? It says in Genesis 49:20, out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. So here we go. Let's go. Shall be fat. It's talking about food. Alright? And they're right there on right there at the Amazon. The Amazon, it goes without being said these days that the Amazon produces some of the best foods, plants, medicines, provides habitation for animals that are yet to be discovered. And here's just an example of that. Top 7 Amazon superfoods. I mean, they got 7 superfoods. Some places only have one that they cling on to, but this place has 7. Kai berries being one. Scrolling down, you got the passion fruit, also the cacao. Just for example. Okay. Right here in Genesis 49 and 21, it says, Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words. All right. So Naphtali, right, is the Argentinian to Chileans. All right. And I just want to hit up on the second part of that precept. Genesis 49:21. He giveth goodly words. All right. He giveth goodly words because he's always in a good mood. Naphtali is a happy individual, all right? So right here, I brought up a report, right? The Santiago Times, March 17, 2018. It says Chile is happiest country in South America. It says UN report, all right? Chileans are the happiest amongst all their bordering nations, a 2018 UN report on happiness has revealed. There you go. And they're always coming up because of their well-being and how they choose to live, and because they choose to live a certain way with healthy diets, staying away from innovation, which usually leads to slothfulness. They lead these productive, happy, long lives. All right. Okay, going back to Genesis 49 and 22. Here we are. Joseph is a fruitful bough, even a fruitful bough by a well, whose branches run over a wall. Okay, now Jacob had his son Joseph. Okay, and Joseph, he had two sons. All right. Numbers 1 and 32. It says, of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim. So there you go. There's one. There's Ephraim. Right. By their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Numbers 1 and 33. Well, actually, let's jump down to Numbers 1 and 34. Here, Manasseh is mentioned. Of the children of Manasseh, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. All right. Let's figure out who these people are today. All right. Manasseh, the Cubans, right, and Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans.